Say,
His nickname is Printy Pie. Printy Pie.
I'm a nut.
Fuck. This nigga want beef.
I said, what type of name is that?
The same type of name your mother gave you.
okay, see. Welcome to the Everybody Speaks podcast. After a long-awaited break. Okay, yeah. This dumbass nigga did not check the mics before the episode, and the mics did not work for the whole episode. I'm sorry. Y'all just got to bear with me on this one. I'm sorry. Back to the episode. I'm back. I'm finally back. Episode number 3. It's been a month. I'm sorry, y'all. You know, it's hard to get people to kind of like come together. Not that, but it's just hard to get people to come together and do it. After doing other things. And, I'm back. Don't worry about it. I'm back. That's it. Everybody Speaks podcast. I'm back. And today I got 2 special guests, Eliany Sav.
Hello.
So introduce yourselves. Tell a little about yourself.
Hello. My name is Eliany. I'm a bio major here at AU, and my favorite color is pink.
I'm South one and only. I'm a criminal justice major at Howard, and I love animals.
Okay. So how did y'all meet?
I saw her at like a Howard party. So.
Yeah. I was like, I think we were dancing to Free Coat, and we locked eyes. We became instant friends. Yeah.
Now kind of into the nitty-gritty. What's the weirdest DM y'all ever received? Like, just keep it a buck. Like, don't.
You just got straight to, bro. I've gotten so many. So.
Can we get like one example?
One example. Okay, let me open up the first one that I can see. Hold on, I'm like. I don't know which one to choose.
You don't know which one it is.
Yeah. So this man sent me like a picture of his thing, and he was like, "I'm touching myself to your pictures."
You serious?
Yeah. It was on Twitter. I don't really. I don't remember which post it was to. I think it was just of my face. It was this one.
Gotcha. Okay. Damn. Okay. Other side over there. What you got?
I don't think I have any. I don't really talk to males.
I mean, this, you just might receive a DM. It's not like.
Yeah, I don't really get attention, so I don't think I have any.
Okay. Next question. What would y'all do? Like randomly, like if a white person came up to you and said, "What's up, man?" And like I'm not gonna say the other one because we're gonna get to that's a different scenario. But like, what if a white person said, like, "What's up, man?" What are y'all gonna do? Like, genuinely, what would you ask them?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you want to go first?
No, I don't think I'm something.
I don't like to deal with in this room right now. I don't really like to deal with them. I don't think that will ever happen to me because I feel like I don't really look approachable most of the time. So
Why you say that?
People when they meet me and they like become friends with me, they just tell me that their first impression of me was like I may have seemed like kind of a bitch or like being very mean because of the way that probably the way that I dress or kind of act. It's not true. It's just how it is.
Okay.
I'm sorry, what was the question?
I said, what would you do if a white person came up to you and said, "What's up, man?" Or like something along those lines? What would you do?
I would probably bite them.
You would actually do that.
She put it.
Okay. She probably actually you might voice.
No, she put it.
Okay. So like, where does the line you think is drawn, like in terms of like who can say what? Like, kind of like where's the line drawn? It's like some people say like say that, but some people might say that.
Real shit. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Just don't say it to me. Like, if you're not in my presence, like, if people are online, like, saying it, I'm scrolling past that.
Yeah.
I don't really gotta interact. I don't give a fuck. Like, it's not that I don't care. It's that you can't stop. You can't play Captain Save-A-Ho with anything. Like, you can't just be there and be like, oh, you can't say this. You can't. Niggas do not care. They're gonna say it.
That's right.
Like, there is not one racist white person that you can stop from being racist. It's going to happen, and I don't care. I don't care. I don't have to interact with it. I don't have to be around it. Like, it's not a problem until, like, it's right in front of me.
Sav,
I'm sorry, what was the question? What was it?
I said, where's the line drawn? You can say, not, you can say, but you feel like people that are not like American or like Puerto Rican, like everything else besides that.
So
say,
people
like,
who are not, wait, what are we
so
talking about?
like you're not African, you're not Black American, you're not Puerto Rican, Dominican, you can accuse say the word.
Well, I thought Puerto Ricans weren't black.
Oh,
There are black Puerto Ricans. I'm not Puerto Rican. I've seen some.
I know Dominicans don't think they're black, but they are black as hell. But Puerto Ricans, I didn't think that they were black. Like, I know they like, I don't know, because every time I ask somebody, they're like, oh, Puerto Ricans are not black. Oh, they're not black. I don't know. Like, there was this one girl here. I was like, oh, what is she? She's like, oh, actually, I was like, oh, is this girl black? She's like, nah, she's Puerto Rican. So I was like, it's not black?
What?
I'm confused.
No, because she was like, she looked like you, but lighter skin tone.
Yo, I don't know. You can't convince somebody that they're black, because, like, I feel like people are
Right,
just gonna deny it
she had
regardless.
your hair, everything, like, she kind of looked like you, but except she was like light skin, pale.
Yeah.
So I mean, I can look at her and tell like she's of black descent, but I didn't know like
They
what
don't
is
like
They
she
don't want to
saying.
say that.
So I'm like,
They don't
oh,
say that.
is she black? Nah, she's Puerto Rican. So I was a little confused.
Did she say that herself too?
No, somebody else told me that.
Oh.
She just said she was Puerto Rican. But I actually saw this TikTok today where like there's a bunch of like black people. People think that black people can be racist towards other races, which I agree with and cannot agree with. You know, I'm in the middle.
I agree with you. There's like a line to it.
Yes,
But
it's like.
how much?
Oh, okay.
I guess.
So I guess it was a TikTok where this black guy, like our age, was talking about how like Indian young girls like have like mustaches, you know? And then there was another TikTok where this black guy gets like Indian food and then he makes like an imitation of what he thinks like Indian people sound like, right? So I saw this one Indian guy. I love my brown people, but this brown Indian guy, he duetted the TikTok. I guess he was trying to like make a point, but he just started. He didn't make a point. He was just being as ignorant as that black person. He was like, oh, well, it's okay for y'all to do that, but once I get some black food and start making monkey noises, and it's a problem. And I'm just like, what makes you relate monkeys to black people? Like, that's just a racist thing that came from racist white people. When you think of black people do not come from monkeys. Literally all humans come from monkeys, and that's scientifically proven. So for you to sit back and have in your head that you can use monkey as an insult to black person, that just proves like you obviously think of monkeys when you see a black person, because there's no way. Like, how would you get a monkey from an African person? Like, first of all, how do you even know that black person is African? Because not every black person is African. So he made the TikTok and he said that, and I just felt like I felt some type of way, because it's like you're trying to make a point, but you ended up just being as ignorant as that person, actually just letting out how racist you are, because you're literally racist. And he's like, but I don't want to be attacked about being racist. Like, no, you're just racist. You just let us know that you're racist, because that's racist. Monkeys have nothing to do with black people. If you wanted to make an insult, you could have used anything else, but you wanted to use monkeys, which is what almost everybody uses to come at a black person. And then in the caption, he was saying something about like nigga and saying nigga, and he didn't want to say it, but literally said it. He said NGA.
Wow.
That's saying nigga. Like,
I know, yeah.
that, like, what are you doing? I just thought that was like ridiculous. Like, I don't know if he thinks like he's in the same boat as us colored people. Like, when it comes to a white person, if a white person were to look at an Indian person, like back in the days and shit, they would be in the same boat as us. Not obviously have the same severe problems and shit that we went through, but they would literally be discriminated just like how we were and treated valued just like how we were. So for them to sit back and like, you know what I mean, like talk about us like how the white people, I just feel like that's a little weird. That's very weird. Like I get what that black person said was wrong, but for you to say that, you just like two wrongs don't make a right. Like you look, you're in the wrong too. So now both of y'all are in the wrong, and none of y'all made a point, and now both of y'all are just canceled. Well, I don't know if he's canceled, but that, yeah, some people would say he's canceled. So honestly, I think that other people saying the N-word shouldn't be allowed. Because I also saw this white girl say nigga on TikTok, which I posted. You saw on her story. And I thought that was outrageous because like you literally posted that to the public saying the N-word and saying why it's a problem and why you can't say it. Like, what are you talking about? Yes, every person of color can say it except for white people and people who are not of color. Why, like, it's something that should be taught at all schools. Like, it should be common sense. Like, what makes you think that it's not fair for white people to say it when they've been saying it to us for how many years?
400 years.
To oppress and insult us and downgrade, you know what I mean? Like, that's just ridiculous. And also, I've had a couple experiences where I came across an Asian person saying the N-word, but I didn't want to say anything.
Where were you at?
I was actually in Oxford, not, yeah.
I'm kind of.
I think it was either a guy I was talking to or a friend. I don't remember. A lot of people in the past. But he was saying the N-word. And I was telling like my friends how he was saying the N-word. And they said that. They thought like, they was like, oh, that's wrong and shit. But I didn't want to say anything because like, I didn't want him to get mad at me. Like, I was basically a people pleaser. So I was afraid of being like, made fun of or like, you know what I mean? Like, I just didn't want to get in trouble or him to get mad at me. So that was the first experience. And then there was another experience with he was Pakistani. Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
He was saying the
N-word. Pakistani.
Yeah, Pakistani.
He was saying the N-word, like just freely. Like literally. And he was calling me the N-word. And I just like I felt some type of way about it.
Like in what ways he calling you the N-word?
Like, yo, what's up, my nigga? Like, what are you doing, nigga? You know, like how we use the N-word. And I just like it felt wrong, but again, I didn't want to say anything because like I didn't want him to get mad at me or you know what I mean. I was just afraid of rejection.
But now if this were to happen,
I'm still afraid of rejection, so I don't know. Yeah. That's just where my trauma is and how I grew up. So that's just me. But I have had a lot of experiences where people of color are saying the N-word, and I'm still seeing it and hearing it today. So yeah, I think that's wrong, and I think that they know that it's wrong, but they hang out with so many people who make them think that it's okay to say it, and so many people like me who can't correct them, or other people who don't want to correct them because they don't care. Yeah.
But they should care. They should care.
Obviously, but I'm saying there's people who just don't give a fuck.
I don't get it, though. I don't get why like somebody can really feel like a black person can feel like that you just letting somebody
It's just like there's also certain people who hang out with like black groups of friends who like give them pass and stuff. There's also situations like that, and then there's just situations where they just with their friends and they just openly say it with their friends so much where they start to say it with other people and nobody says anything, so they start to think that it's okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I like that conversation we had there. So now, what would you say? Who would you want to play in a movie about yourself? So like, you're old.
Christian Rock.
Seriously?
I'm dead ass.
That's who you want to play?
Yes.
Eliany.
I want to play myself.
I mean, but you can't play it. It has to be like somebody else.
What you mean I can't play myself?
Because like it would be like you're like older and then they're playing a younger version of yourself. If that makes sense.
Like how they do.
It's like now you're talking about like in the future, way in the future.
They would have to be younger than me, and I don't really know anybody younger than me that I could play.
But you could also just pick like your famous. I mean your favorite.
I
You're
don't
like a
know who would
famous
look
celebrity.
like.
Krishan will look like me, but I think we look alike.
Okay.
We think alike.
Okay.
Rubi Rose.
Rubi Rose?
I'm not explaining myself.
Didn't we talk about this?
Yo,
What's wrong with Rubi,
listen,
bro?
I'm looking.
What's wrong with her?
I'm sorry.
Hand me the mic. I gotta teach this young.
Tell me about Rubi Rose. I don't know.
Okay, so these men, this is what's wrong with today. So obviously she has no fucking. She's a home wrecker. Like she's a home wrecker, and I feel like she's only doing that because she got clout for like posting her body shit. But there's nothing wrong with that at all. Like post your body as you want. Like that doesn't mean anything about you. But that's what she's known for because that's what people comment and talk about, right? So I know she didn't initiate it first from what I know of, but it's like just the fact that like you entertain another man in a relationship coming back to you knowing that there's another girl on the end of the line who loves this man and who just wants the best for their relationship and that man, and you entertain that shit and then you turn around and you talk down on her and you talk about like I feel like that's just like as a woman that's very low of you because I'm pretty sure she wouldn't like it or appreciate it if somebody did that to her relationship. It doesn't matter if that person initiated it first, they entertained it and then they want to come at you crazy. Like I just feel like that's like I don't like females like that. Like females are supposed to support each other. We're supposed to be for each other and not like disown or talk down on each other for a nigga, a piece of dick. Like come on now, what are you crazy? Like that's just crazy. And it's like they're both beautiful women. Rubi Rose, what's her name? Haley Bailey. They're both very beautiful women. So it's like the fact that y'all want to be beautiful and do these ugly acts and say these ugly that's I don't like women like that, and I don't think that they should be praised for that kind of behavior. Because then that's making other people think that it's okay and that they can join in and do that. Like that hurts people. That sends people into like depression and all these other shit that can affect their mental health. But they don't give a fuck because they're only thinking about themselves, like, oh, I want this nigga, I don't want her to have that. Like that's just all ignorance. It's not, I don't like that shit. So I personally don't like Rubi Rose because of that.
Personally for me, when I heard about the situation at first, I was just like, bro, I don't really care at all. Because it's like, I mean, I don't actually. No, but it's the principle though. Like I feel like what she said just didn't have to be said. Like when she was like, "You got your bitch wearing my shirt," I'm like, "You're 25."
It's also about what she said and what she did. And just think of yourself in the position of your boyfriend and another girl doing that to you. Like how would you feel? Like you already go through whatever goes through in your mind that nobody else knows about, and then somebody turns around and does that to you. How would that affect your mental health?
Yeah,
you would obviously be in a mental distraught.
That's what I'm saying. Like I feel like it was, I don't know why I was just really shocked to see that. I didn't think that she would really care. I mean, they dated before, but it's also like it's not your man anymore.
Yeah, you gotta respect.
I feel like he should have said something more. I feel like he should have had a bigger reaction to that in general, because like what's his girlfriend's name? Yeah, her. Like I feel like I'm not saying she's not in the position that she could really clap back the way that she should, because she has like so much going on with like Disney and stuff.
She can't ruin her image.
Yeah, and I feel like he could have went on and done it, but he didn't defend his girl the way that he should have.
So you have responded to it, huh?
Yeah, I mean, if that was my girl and I'm the man here, I'm disrespecting the fuck out of her.
For my woman,
I still would want her to play me because I like the way she look aesthetically. She fine as fuck. I'm Rubi Rose. Listen, I don't shoot. That's it.
Okay. So what is the meaning of life in your opinion? Like what besides?
Can you speak up a little bit? I can't hear you.
I said, what is the meaning of life in your perspective?
What?
What is the meaning of life, Sav, in your perspective?
Please don't ask me that question.
Okay, we're gonna move on. That's okay. That's fine.
I'm not even living right now. I'm not real.
What would you do if you were a man for a day? Be completely honest.
I would have about 100 baby mothers.
Yo,
go 100 baby
why
mothers.
was I thinking that too?
I would probably like, yeah. I would be like a Nick Cannon Jr.
They can't.
No, probably bigger than him because I'll probably have more kids.
Okay.
I'd wake up and be like the biggest piece of shit that I can be. It depends on what kind of man. Like, am I a black man or a white man?
You're the male version of yourself.
Oh, man, I'm black. I can't really do much. That won't get me. I won't wear like shit. I'm gonna wear the brightest colors because I'm not trying to go out and get, you know. It's scary being a black man. I wouldn't. I mean, it's scary being a black woman, but like, I feel like my fears would be very different. Like, there are two different fears of being a black woman and being a black man. Like, you have to worry about two different things. So, I don't think I'd be able to handle like those kind of fears since I'm so worried about like the ones that I have now as a black woman. Like, I don't think I would. I don't think I could put myself in the like shoes of a black woman. I mean, a black man in America, because I'm just used to, you know.
Well, off the premise, you can do whatever you want.
Oh
What would
shit.
you do? Keep it butt,
So
like,
I feel like if I was like if I was a sexy man, I go to Howard. What? I go to Howard.
you go to house.
I go to Howard and I start like sweet talking every fine bitch I see, I swear. And it's gonna work because there are so many women at Howard and there's like, yeah,
Barely any men.
there's like no men at Howard.
That's what it's like.
There's more population of women than men at Howard.
I
Yeah.
mean, well, that's how college is.
No.
All right. Damn.
Wait, did you bring it?
It's not.
Oh yeah, she said she gonna have 100 baby mothers.
What, like, why?
Cause you
You only
can.
live once.
So you want to be
I
disturbed?
want my legacy to live on.
But that's like, isn't that disturbing?
No. It's cool when y'all do it. It's
I
probably
don't
not
do it.
doing
Who's y'all? I ain't got it.
I don't know. How many baby mothers does Nick Cannon
Huh?
have? How many baby mothers does Nick Cannon have?
55. I think, I don't know.
He named his daughter Queen Powerful Cannon. Some shit like that. Powerful Queen Cannon.
I like.
So what?
That sounds like a
I like-
a superpower.
No. Oh, okay.
So, I have a question for you.
Yeah, okay. I mean, we didn't really get to that segment of the show, but you can ask me that.
So,
Ask me a
I
question.
have a question for you.
What is your question?
So, I want you to speak on behalf of the men that hate themselves and portray their hatred onto women.
Oh.
As far
Why
as the
do
black
they do-
community, not to cut you off. You're talking about like black men
Obviously,
and
that's the
black
only woman that they portray their hatred on. What are you talking about, man?
men. So,
I want you to speak on your thoughts on why they do that.
well, again, I'm taking myself out of that, but why they may do it, again, like the way,
Hey, I'm sorry. You know, I get hair problems. Can you speak up?
okay, the way that society has played onto the fact of, like beauty and fair skin, that's always been like some kind of like weird, like it's almost like damn like a fetish for like that for like a big part of history. Like the fairer the better. Like the darker is just not good. Dark is not good. White is good. So I feel like today there's something with.
It's not even just white. It's also light skin.
That's what I'm trying to get at. When I said fairer, I meant
Oh.
fairer to nice. So like
I know.
there's a stigma around black women that's negative, and I believe that it's becoming more positive now versus maybe 20 years ago. I feel like there's a bigger voice and a bigger love and respect for black women as of now versus in the past.
That is true, but it has not progressed.
It has not progressed.
No,
I agree. It has not
there's
progressed.
still a lot of men portraying their hatred onto black women. Yes, black women have more love than they did back then, but there's still
There's still a long way to go.
portraying. Yep. I have another question.
Okay. Any questions?
Why do men have double standards? Right? So why is it okay for boys to have why is it okay and why do boys get praised for having a high body count? But when a girl, can I finish? Why can't I finish?
I'm just
That's
excited.
rude.
I'm just excited.
But when a woman does it, it's she's a hoe and she's men can be hoes.
I hope you don't start with that lock and key analogy because I'm walking
I'm gonna
out.
do lock and key.
I will walk the fuck out.
Not the
okay?
lock and key. But
What are you talking about? What fucking lock and key?
No, when men are like, oh yeah, a lock, a lock that's been opened by, I don't know what the fuck they be
But
saying
wait,
with you.
wait.
You know what I'm talking about.
I've had a conversation and men, they think like, men can't be hoes. They're only hoes.
It's because they hate they hoe ass mom.
But it's like there's no such thing as a homemaker. It's either you're a hoe or not. What are you talking about? You're a homemaker. You're just trying to make an excuse as to why you can't be a hoe and women can't. Like, what the fuck is a homemaker? That woman. If that's the thing, then women can be homemakers too. Women can slut niggas out too. It's as easy to fuck a nigga as it is for a nigga to fuck a woman. But just like how you go to a club, right? And a nigga goes home with you. Something goes wrong, the nigga's like, oh, that's why you was a hoe anyways. You're mad easy. It was as easy to get me home as it was for you to come to my house. For anything, I could have been fucking Jeffrey Dahmer. I could have mutilated his black ass. And all I wanted to do was fuck. And now I'm a slut.
This should get
Now I'm a
specific.
Now I'm a slut, but you're not a slut because you're a man. What kind of sense does that make?
So your question, I'm listening to what you're saying. What was your original question you wanted to ask?
You weren't listening to?
Now listen. So like, can you give like a
Why
final
do men
synopsis?
have double standards? Why is it okay for boys to do stuff, but it's a problem when women do it? But when we're talking about this, I'm talking about like body counts. Like why is it a big problem for females and not for men? Because more men carry more diseases than women do. If you don't know that.
I didn't know that.
I'm sorry. You made a face. You had something to say?
No, because I'm not too educated on the topic.
Oh, I know. I'm educating a black man.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're so welcome. Yeah.
So I'm going to answer your question.
Go right ahead.
In a few words. So let's play this scenario out, right? Sav, you walk into the middle of the quad over here. So like, y'all know what the quad is. It's like the middle of the campus, right? And y'all say, you scream out loud, who wants to fuck? Who wants that say? There's some nigga that's going to
freaky ass going to the quad.
No, we playing a scenario. Look, there's some nigga that's gonna do it. I'm sorry.
It's not even some niggas.
Go ahead,
Niggas will fuck what they can.
So
females fuck who they want.
Okay, so that answers your question.
I've seen so many niggas fucking a homeless woman on the fucking street on my dark ass fucking webs, bro. But I've never seen a woman fucking a homeless man on my dark ass webs.
You just answered why there's the double standard side.
No, but I want it from a male.
Okay, but can I finish? So my point is like, okay, you could go out there and say, oh, who wants to? Somebody's gonna do it, right? Let me see. If I'm not like Drake or something, like unless like a nigga that nobody knows, right? He still looks good. He can go out there. There's not one girl that's gonna want to fuck. Like, I'm sorry, like this is not gonna happen. It's gonna be like take me on a date first, or like you gotta get to know me first. That's not how it works. So that's why I believe there's a double standard on TV that. If Eliany, I feel like you have a response.
No, it's because
what?
What are you talking about? What?
I'm sorry.
No, I'm not saying. I was just very. I don't think you answered the question. You started talking about some Drake fucking in the quad.
I don't want to fuck Drake. I don't even listen to niggas' music like that. Fuck Drake.
Okay, y'all are getting too specific. Example scenario. That's all I'm talking about. So let's bring it back here. There's why the double standard. Because women, it's not hard for you to get sex, right? It's not hard. You're not like, it's off of selection, choice.
Actually, it's hard for me.
There's some ugly women that I don't think they can get anybody to real shit.
Maybe. But on a majority level, like
actually, there's some desperate men who would fuck women.
And then the best thing about it, look, there are more desperate men than desperate women.
That's so
it's just
real.
Like that's how.
Because I've experienced a lot of desperate
exactly
men
why
in
they're
general.
sluts.
Oh.
That's exactly why they're sluts. They're mad desperate for pussy.
So, but this is what I'm talking about. They're mad desperate, So if it's hard for me to do something, right? Like when I'm able to do it, if I'm able to fuck a lot of girls and shit, like of course certain people are going to like go with that and brag about it because it was something that it took me a long time to do, or like it's just not easy. It's not an easy thing. Like I'm not just giving this. Like I had to like work for this. I had to do something for it. Like it's not like it's a given. You know what I'm saying? That's why there's a double standard. I don't totally believe in it, but I'm just saying that's why people believe what they believe. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Ask another question.
I believe with that being said, that exactly proves why y'all are sluts and not homemakers. You know what I mean?
I mean, but how can
If saying that, I actually believe that we're the homemakers. Y'all need us. We use y'all.
I mean, it goes both ways. It's
I think it goes my way.
It's a two-way street. But if you we can move on. Unless you got something else to ask.
Too heavy for you?
No, I can tell my anything.
Oh, okay.
Nothing too heavy for me. Right. Okay.
Adriana, you want to talk about something?
I forgot the first question that you asked about black men
It was like the
hating black
Yeah.
women. I think that starts with their mothers being so awful to them, and so they start to hate black women because of the example that they see from their mothers. Like I feel like if you weren't loved by your black mother as a child and you're a man, you will grow up to hate black women and treat them badly. But it's like a cycle though, because that black woman, your mother, who didn't treat you right, now you don't treat black women right. She was treated wrongly by black men, and she wanted to create the perfect black man, and when she couldn't, she abused you. And so you hate black women as a result of the abuse that came from your mother, who was treated wrongly by black men. So it's really just rooted in slavery. And I'm not crazy for saying this. If I can just go back down the timeline, it's just like
I
it
can take it
started
if you
there.
want.
Go ahead, because I'm not going
I can take it there if you want.
What?
Wait, what?
What did she say?
You gonna take
I
us to
said y'all want
slavery?
to go back to slavery. I'm just saying.
That is not what I'm saying.
Ain't
The
it?
last place I want to be is a slave. I'm sorry. But yeah, I feel like it's hatred. There's so much hatred within the black community in general. Like, because there are so many absent fathers and like mentally and emotionally absent mothers that people have to experience. It's just like, it's a sad cycle. That's why people hate who they hate. That's why we get treated the way that we do, because black men hate their mothers sometimes. I'm not saying everybody hate their mom. There's a lot of y'all that do though, even if you don't know it. You have Stockholm syndrome.
What's Stockholm syndrome? I never heard
When-
Educate this black boy.
Stockholm syndrome is when you start to feel for, like, when you get if you were to get kidnapped or like be held in a place, you start to feel for your abuser, and you start to like empathize with them. So I'm saying that because when people experience abuse, especially from a child's perspective, you grow up and start to like love your abuser. And so you start to hate people who look like your abuser, because you can't hate your abuser. So you hate people who look like them. That's why that happens. Yeah.
This is good. I got a good question. So, how big is your social circle at 80? Like, how many? Like, if you could put like a number on.
Oh, let me go first.
You don't have to talk, bad.
I only got
Okay.
4 friends and the rest is acquaintances. Oh, actually, sorry, 5. I forgot you. My bad.
And the rest are
My bad.
classes.
Yep.
Eliany,
Most of the people I fuck with are in this room.
Okay.
I don't really talk to. I don't enjoy speaking to other people. But I will talk. Like, I will be like, hey, like, I will do that. But I don't really have that many friends, and I'm okay with that, because I feel like that's just so much to like deal with, especially since like a lot of people here are so fake. They're not. It's because they're not from like cities, like big cities.
Big Boston!
like most of the
New
people.
York K. New York K.
New York K.
Where are you from?
I didn't say New York K. I'm from here.
Stay in your lane.
Don't say
Country
nobody
boy.
can say DMVK.
Stay in your lane, country boy.
Nobody can say DMVK right now.
Stay in your lane, country boy.
Okay, you're from Boston.
I don't even know where.
Let me
he's
not
from.
talk about Boston.
I'm sorry. What you say about Boston? Let me see that, mate. What you say about Boston?
I
I'm
said-
sorry. I couldn't. Matter of fact, let me fix. What did you say?
I've never been to Boston, so I can.
Okay, so don't speak on nothing you don't know about.
I mean, but I can walk.
Speak when spoken to.
You're not gonna do this on myself.
Yeah, I feel like I met the worst kind of people here. Like, it's so crazy. You will really, they will act like they're your friend, but they're really your worst enemy. Like, they're competing with you.
Yup.
I don't.
When y'all stop being friends, true colors show. Literally and figuratively.
Yeah, I've just seen like a lot of cornballs, so I don't really like to be friends with people here.
So, one second. So now, one of my friends is gonna ask y'all some calm questions. It's cool. What's up, man? I'm on the show right now. I got my guest here. So what you got to say, man? So yeah, they're here. So you know, ask me questions and stuff like that. What you say? You said, what's the college experience going like?
What's my college experience going like? Oh, it's all right. I feel like it's definitely a lot of work to do, but it's just what it is. You know?
Actually, I got a real question.
I'm about to drop out. Join the military.
Y'all major from money or passion?
That's a good question.
What he said?
You said, did y'all choose your major for passion or money?
Also, because I like to argue.
I chose my major mostly for money, but like I also can like find some passion in it. It's fun.
What's your major?
Biology. Yeah. Yeah. But with that, I plan to become a veterinarian. So there's definitely money there, but it's also because I'm passionate about animals.
You said you was a librarian?
What?
Veterinarian.
She said vet, right?
How,
Yeah, she
how,
said that.
how are you gonna be a veterinarian and you don't even like rats?
I never Savannah, don't make me pull up my Instagram DMs.
Same
Because we
with-
send each other
Yeah.
rats every single fucking day.
Every single one of y'all was talking down on my son.
Nobody was talking
May he
shit
rest in
about your
peace.
son.
May he rest in peace. Opie Brown Jr. was in the mouth of all y'all.
You said
Y'all
what?
was dick riding my son.
Nah, that's
Is mic on? Y'all was dick riding my son. May he rest in peace.
Wait,
Cause
who?
I know he alive.
Who?
Cause I raised him well. He got survival skills.
Okay. That's You said what? You said he asked you got a kid.
Yeah, I had 2 kids, but I only have one. His name is Prince Michael Jr. He doesn't know how to bark or bite. He's very scared of people, so I have to treat him like a literal baby. And he is my I literally birthed him. Like, he's my son. That's my kid. Like, he looks just like me. Acts just, that's my literal, that's my literal kid. Literally. Literally.
Gotcha. Say,
His nickname is Princey Pie. Princey Pie. Fuck. This nigga want beef. What'd he say?
say what you said, man.
The same type of name your mother gave you.
Okay, see, now we gonna tell me
What
your
did
name.
he say?
He said he has a great name, actually.
Exactly. So does my son.
Yeah, Tay. For real?
I really can't hear. What did
I
he
know,
say?
like, I tried to put the volume. He said basically, fuck that kid. That's what he said. Yeah. So you know, you got a little bit more, scripted questions. You got something to say. We were talking about black women. We were talking about the double standards of Man versus
He
woman.
sounds like a self-hatred nigga.
What double standards thing? What double? I mean, you just.
I feel like women have too much freedom to like financially bubble so much.
I don't know what this nigga is saying.
Child support, like fucking
Like marriage and stuff?
divorce, yeah, it's just too many shit to get away with. When in court, the case versus you on a woman, I'm not about that. But you still gotta pay for court.
Okay.
Can you just like repeat to us what he's
So,
saying?
so basically, he was like elaborating on the fact that women in the legal system, they're more entitled to more rights than men in terms of like being in like marriage.
What do you that?
What?
That has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
He was talking about double standards.
That's how is that double? Maybe I'm slow. Is that double standards to you?
That is a double. That would be a double standard. That's the definition.
It's not the definition, but I can explain that to you. I feel like a lot of women are just seen in this like motherly role and like just to be protected and stuff. That's why like most of the time, even if like the woman would be like abusive to like a child, they would still win because men aren't seen as nurturing.
I agree with you.
I'm not.
I can see that.
I feel like it's just a case by case basis. You can't really say something for like.
We're not good at that trick, but we are good at mental.
I wouldn't say that for like men as a whole. I like. That's why these conversations are so hard to have because you can't really make like big assumptions for like a whole group of people at all. So like it's just a by case. I don't know.
But you know, that's what niggas do. Niggas make a whole bunch of
Hold on.
assumptions about women. You know, they don't even think about whether or not we agree or we do what they're assuming. They just make an assumption about all women, literally. Oh, if your friend's a hoe, you a hoe too. If you do this, you're, you know what I mean? Like it's just like they just assume everything. They assume the worst about a woman.
Yeah.
You said we have to.
So you assume that your mother's a hoe too?
Okay, see, you don't have to do that.
Cause she's a part of that too. She's a part of that too.
You
Is
said-
she not? Is she not?
So she,
Is she not?
she just literally just said, so you have to assume that your mother's a yes.
I mean, why else would you be here? How many siblings you got?
She said how many siblings you got, Ted?
Yup. Mookie, is that you? Mookie, is that you? Yup. So, would you say that to your mother's face? Would you say that to your mother's face? Well, why wouldn't you call your mom that? If you're so comfortable and okay with saying it to other women, why not your mother?
Did I say it to other women?
Didn't he just say that? Am I tripping?
I don't know what he said. What did he say?
I said I assumed the worst.
Oh. Well,
You assume the worst about who though?
But anybody I'm meeting, what you mean?
So anybody
I
you
think
meet.
that's just
I
personal
have to
trauma.
assume the worst and the best to know if I really want to like get him.
Okay, I thought you were talking about like all women. My bad, partner.
No, I
My bad.
don't. See, the thing is, I don't like when people turn people together in one when they don't need to sound with other people. Cause yeah, I like to argue, so I make sure.
I hope you know how to argue more than your friend does.
I do.
Glad to hear that because your friend thinks you know how to
I
argue and
learned
you
from
don't.
this shit, so I really don't care if I lose or not.
Your friend
I
doesn't know how to
feel
take
that,
that
I feel
L.
that.
Your friend doesn't know how to
Feel
take that
that.
L
I
though.
feel that.
Your friend doesn't know how to take that L.
Nah, you good, dude. I accept them for that.
What you say?
He said I accept him for that. Nah, I'll tell you right now what. So yeah, say you know I'm gonna holler at you. You know I appreciate you for coming on.
Bye, Tay Tay.
My boy Tay Watson.
Don't do that.
Bye, Tay
Hey,
Tay.
we shout out to college man. Yes. Yeah.
Nah, hell no. Nah,
Right
ain't no
there?
free promo. Ain't no free promo.
Damn.
Nah, they charge.
All right, sir. All right.
Bye, Tay Tay.
So that was my calling guest. You know, it's a latter end of the interview. So we're gonna wrap it up and stuff. So what would you? Okay, I can't ask that. What was your first job?
My first job was working at a soul food place in New York City.
Was it good?
It was alright. Oh, the food was good, but like it was just a lot of work. And I don't really like to stand. So.
What was the question?
What was your first job?
Working with kids.
Doing what? Daycare?
Yeah. Daycare assistant.
Okay. Last kind of question. What are y'all looking forward to after y'all graduate? You get your degree.
Leaving.
I mean, once you get your degree, what do you plan on doing? That's what I mean.
Leaving.
Thank you, Sam.
With my degree, I will go on to veterinary school, and I will become a veterinarian.
Okay. I got an update from Mr. Tay. He told me that
I think he's talking about you though.
Oh, he didn't specify. So.
Yeah, I think he was talking about you honestly.
No, thank you.
Okay.
Well, okay. Have any final questions for you, though?
Oh no, he was definitely talking about you. He said the girl who said Tay Tay. That's you.
No, I'm pretty sure I heard you say Tay Tay too.
I did not say such a thing. I did not say that. He's talking about you. He wants you.
Yeah, that's real cute. What was I gonna say? I have a question for you. Are you gonna watch my kid next year?
Yeah.
Alright, thank you.
You gotta bring him back. Oh no, like next year?
Yeah.
I got you.
Thanks.
It's gonna cost me.
Huh?
It's gonna cost me.
I got you. $1 an
No,
hour. $1 an hour.
Maybe $6 an hour. $6.
Yeah,
I know we was talking about $6.
He's still worried about that.
anyways,
He's still worried about that.
It might be
He's still worried about that $5. He's not gonna let that go.
Last question, very last question. What is the quickest way that you can, the quickest way and like the quickest reason you would to give to cut somebody off? Like this thing happens, like you gotta like get rid of it.
Doing something to me that they wouldn't want me to do to them.
Okay.
Is this friendship, relationship wise?
Well, either
Lying.
Lying.
That's it.
Okay. Well, if that's all, anything y'all want to shout out? Anything you wanna say?
Follow me on Instagram, Eliany Cult, ELIANYCULT on Instagram.
Links in the description. Everybody's links in the description.
I mean, it's not gonna give you much press.
What that mean? Maybe that would be.
What?
It's not gonna give me any traffic, but
What traffic?
you know, like nobody's gonna click on that link.
Oh. Wait, what?
I don't think anybody's gonna click on that link.
What link? What link are you talking
If
about?
anybody who's watching,
I'm not
follow
getting
me.
I'm not getting no traffic.
You must. I'm not saying you're not getting no traffic. I'm just saying this the lower end of your career, and that's
Oh, the low end of my career.
in order to experience highs, you must be low.
That is right. That is true.
So I support this podcast,
Okay.
and I will post this.
Make sure you repost it or he's gonna take it down, okay?
Take y'all down.
He gonna take our shit down.
Take that down because all you
And you don't even got 24 hours. You got 3 hours to do it.
yeah, they got 17 hours. They can't
Anyway,
repost
so
my shit once.
shout out to my
that's
girl
all.
Murky Carpenter channel, Eliany Coty right here, Horton,
See, like then this.
Amal, my son Prince Michael Jr., my other son Oakley Brown Jr. May he rest in peace. My mother, I love you so much. I'm gonna call you tonight. My rest of my family and my other acquaintances. I love y'all too.
That was the Everybody Speaks podcast episode number 3.
Oh wait!
Oh.
Follow me on the gram at Savon Bell, SAV11BLL. Yeah.
Okay. All right, so that's the Everybody Speaks podcast episode number 3. You gotta flip off the camera. Okay.
What they gonna do about it?
Shit, now they calling y'all out. They calling y'all.
Who the hell is y'all?
My viewers.
You said they. Ooh.
She flicking off them, not me.
Oh, okay. You said they. So I was okay. Cause you ain't trying to get me nothing.
Oh my god.
I wonder what they're gonna do.
That was episode number 3. Episode 4 coming soon. Sav and Eliany, I appreciate y'all for coming.
Bye.
You got that, Gordon?
And that's it.
Much love.
Imagine